All right. We back.
We back. What's going on?
What up?
What up?
Hey, this your boy Sean.
Your boy Troy.
Hey, and we
Dr.
tapped in.
J in the building.
Dr.
J.
Yes,
J.
sir. Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Yes, sir.
Dr.
Yes,
J.
sir.
What you back there?
Oh, right.
Man, ain't
All
making
good,
too much
man. All
noise.
good, man. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you for pulling up on us tonight, man.
Pleasure.
Yep. It's our 1 year anniversary, man.
Yeah,
we've been tapping in for a whole year.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Congratulations.
That's the one thing we wanted to do when we started it, man. We said, look, man, we want this thing to be consistent. You know, not only me and Troy, but, you know, brought our wives together. Like, hey, this is what we want to do. And, you know, we're going to pray on it, see where we go. And
Yes, sir.
we're a year into it.
In the building, that's
We're a
it.
year
That's
into
all
the building. So we done,
Congratulations.
thank
That's
you,
awesome.
thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We kind of found our groove a little bit,
Yeah,
you know. So now we want to reach out and bring people who, you know, comment on the show or, you know, have something, a different perspective to be able to add to the show. And so that's why we wanted to have you on, you know.
Sir.
Sometimes people might get tired of hearing me and Troy, you know, might want
I don't know about that.
to hear somebody else comment a little bit.
I like the way you squeezing wives in there too. You made sure you ain't crazy.
No,
Come on.
It don't happen with us alone, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It don't happen with us alone for sure. For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
So, man, we're gonna jump into it, man. We usually talk about football or sports, whatever's going on right now. I mean, I'm not sure if I want to talk about football because I probably should be sitting in between the two of y'all.
Well, no, you good, man. Listen,
You sure?
You good, man. Listen, I'm giving them that props, man. They made number one this week. Cowboys there. I was looking at,
Right.
Nah, but for the
I
different
wouldn't say
reason.
the name.
Not but for a different reason though, because they had a list of the most annoying fans.
Right.
And Cowboys was first, Eagles was second. Not saying you, I'm just saying in general.
Right.
Y'all finally made number one though, so big ups, man.
Give me 5, huh?
I got a question about that 5 though.
I talk to her.
Were you alive for 5?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir.
Well,
Yes,
you
sir.
can
Yes,
talk.
sir.
Okay, you can talk about that.
History too, you know.
I mean, some Cowboys, man, they ain't never seen them win the big
That's
game.
all I want to say. But he's been alive for 5, so I guess
Yes, sir.
He can run.
I got players' name, you know.
Oh, okay.
I know where I was at, everything. You know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's legit 5.
Ring, 5 rings. 5 rings. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I wouldn't
digress.
Majority.
So what you see with y'all coming up, man? Y'all schedule getting a little.
Yeah. We're gonna see. We got a tough one this week, but I mean, number one offense in the league, best quarterback in the league right now. So
Number one offense, I can agree with it. They putting up numbers, but they giving up a lot of points too.
Yeah, we inconsistent on that.
But best quarterback, I can't rock with you on that one.
And then receivers. Talk to me now. Yeah.
CD back.
Yeah, he back.
Yeah, he
Oh, okay.
came back last week.
Yeah, he back.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Running game can, improve.
Yeah. Well, y'all 2 games back, so all we gotta do is keep our foot on the pedal.
Right.
Yeah.
Sean, you kind of quiet over there, man.
Hey,
Squad.
man, the Ravens, man.
Oh.
Ravens, man. So I'm gonna stay quiet right now, man. I don't got too much to say, man. My boy just coming back this week. We playing the Bears, but they on a 4-game winning streak. Man, nothing looking good for us right now, man. So we just trying to figure things out.
I'm a little psychology, They said every time a man quiet, it's a reason.
Yeah. No, I got a real good reason, man. I was hyped up coming into this season, man. We took that first bad L, got a win, and then took another bad L, and it's almost, man, it took all of our momentum, our confidence, everything. Gone.
Yeah.
Do y'all still have a chance to even make it in the playoffs?
I mean, we got to win out.
Win out. You might go ahead and switch over to basketball early.
Nah. But you know what? Sometimes you gotta go through adversity. Man.
Yeah,
you gotta go through that adversity to get there. You because there's nothing that tells me from what we did last year and coming into this year, and even the first 3 quarters of the first game. That's who I thought. That's who we were. And for whatever reason, mentally, they kind of lost sight of what they're supposed to be doing, keeping the main thing, maybe thinking about the next game.
Yeah.
And you can't do that. You got to play. You got to play the game till the finish until it's all zeros on the clock.
That's right.
And then you move on. Right. And so it's a learning lesson. I think, we get 1 or 2 underneath of our belt. We remember who we are.
Yeah.
Had that talk in the mirror, man. We him.
Get a little momentum.
Yeah, we them. And then we'll see what happens, man.
Okay.
But just don't let us get in. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Don't let it.
Y'all can get scared.
Don't let us get in.
Right,
don't let us catch stride.
Right.
Week 14, 15. Yeah, don't.
Yeah, you're supposed to keep hope alive.
It's all how you finish, right?
That's right. That's right, man.
All how you finish.
That's what they say anyway, man. But on another subject, my favorite sport, out playing wise, basketball. Just started 2 nights ago.
Yes, sir.
Man, and last night, I don't know what I saw. Yeah. Watching Wemby play, man, I don't know what I saw. The stuff he was doing at 7 feet 5 inches.
Yeah.
Pity patting, tween, pull back, and ones, man.
I knew in them Olympics, man. I mean, last year was what it was. He showed up, busted on the scene, and all that. But them Olympics with his squad and how he was leading them, and he really thought. I'm sure his teammates do, but he really thought they're gonna win that thing.
Wow,
man.
But the way he played, man, in terms of. What he did last night. With the handles in between game, driving to the basket, posting up, give it to you any kind of way you want it.
Yeah. Man, I watched Yao Ming. I watched Shaq. Some of the big they just don't have that coordination. They can't get it together the way you do, man. It's unreal, man.
You think about it. It's a 5-inch taller version of Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Did he play AD last night?
Yeah.
Ate him up.
Yeah. Oh, man. Easy.
Yeah. 40, 15, and 3.
If he can continue with that mindset, it's going to be scary, man.
It is going to be scary.
And stay healthy.
That's the thing.
The MVP is really they got his name.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the one thing that I wonder, man. Joker's 7'6". They really don't. They're not made for longevity. Most of them, you know what I mean. Right. So it's like you want him to, and I think he's doing the things, the monk training and stretching and all that. Right. He trying to expand that time frame as long as possible, man. And so I hope he does get to play as long as he wants to, because I don't know what he can be. Yeah, you know what I mean. It's no ceiling on
his upside is and we're talking about upside.
Yeah,
and it looks like he's already there. Yeah, but he's working out with Keem, Elijah Wan, and that's the best footwork game in the post. So
working ball handling, working with Jamal Crawford.
Yeah,
6'5" point guard.
Yeah,
mentality. He showed that thing last night. Wham. Yikes.
Yeah, and was
driving to the basket in between game, 3, whatever you want.
Yeah, face up, pump, gave you the pump fake, boom, one dribble, reversing it on the other side. Come on, man. What we doing?
Unreal.
What we doing? But so speaking of basketball, man, outside of you playing basketball, because after we both got out of school, we played basketball for a little bit. What I've known you for was you were coaching, you were kind of giving back to the community. There's a couple of things that you did as far as the community went. So like when you were coaching basketball, obviously that was a sport that you loved growing up. And so you're going to stay close to it as long as you can.
Yes, sir. We all do.
Yeah, for sure. And so, when you were coaching, I know it wasn't just about X's and O's. So can you speak to a little bit like to what else you were trying to bring to the table when you were coaching these young men and women in basketball?
Yeah, man, that's a good question, man. And obviously, as you said, the love of the game kind of take care of itself in terms of putting your heart and soul into it as a player. And then for me, when I started to have kids, and playing point guard also lends itself to understanding the game with a different eye. Mm-hmm. So having that teaching, coaching type of lane and mindset, I always had that, even as high school. Guys still joking. The big town of Ellendale, Delaware. They still joke about it now in the backyard in terms of we used to have camp, backyard in the dirt court.
Yeah.
But bringing that same energy when I started to have kids, of course, when you dad or whatever you're into,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you want your kids to kind of follow it, whether it's living out my dreams, but you go what you know.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And sports is a common thing to kind of jump on. But for me, it was basketball. And when I started to have kids and understand that I wanted to coach them, and I mean, they were 4 years old, I had a little Junior Jordan,
Mm-hmm.
in the elementary. Those of y'all out there from Seaford, you know about Junior Jordan at Fred Douglass.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, it started out just having a love for the game and wanted to teach them skills and the basics, the fundamentals, dribble, passing, shooting, so forth and so on. But that grew into this contagious type of situation where other kids started to gravitate toward my style, and parents would kind of say, can you coach my kid? And I didn't know I had a skill in coaching until I started it.
Wow.
Right.
And then that thing kind of grew really, really fast.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, our backyard went from two little boys to 20.
Wow.
20
Wow.
boys, and at the trailer park.
Wow.
And it grew from there in terms of learning so much about young boys at that time that they had some other stuff that they could use some support in.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not they didn't have dads, whether or not that's when the first, the whole, I didn't know what I was doing, but the whole trauma and mental health and issues and understanding families and background. That's where that really started with that round ball.
Oh, really?
And then they would come over and, they would build that relationship with them, find out all kind of things about what they're going on in their life with their own people, their own challenges. Wow stuff that I learned that I didn't even want to know. But I started to love not only coaching, but love to just be there for kids.
Okay.
Wow. So it provided you access to be in the deeper part of their lives. And that's awesome, man. You said something key, man. You really dropped the gem, because you say at the time you didn't realize you had that skill.
Yeah.
But you started. Yeah. And that's encouraging for somebody. Yeah. Sometimes you just start with something organic, something you love, and watch how it can grow from that, man. That's awesome.
Right. That's right.
Respect,
because you can't figure out, you really can't figure out God's plan. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
You go with the thought and seed that's been planted, you know what I mean? And you just start to do the work. And then, I mean, like you said, you start coaching, and then all of a sudden you pulling these other resources from other parts of your life that allows you to be able to connect with these kids. Rather y'all might share the same background, or maybe they're, it's a trauma situation that you can relate to that allows you to be able to get them to be able to open up. But you don't know that unless you put yourself in those in those situations. And so, you talked about that. So is that kind of, because after that, the next thing that I knew you for was the Man Up, right? Man Up program. Now, is that like a franchise, or is that something that you created yourself?
Yeah, we started when we first moved to Seaford. My wife and I, we were talking about this the other day. We grew up together as kids.
Right.
I mean, deciding to get together at 20, 21 years old.
Right.
I mean, we ain't really know what we're doing. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I mean, I just focus on my eyes. I don't know what she saw, but I just follow my eyes.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? And but it grew into this, again, not only interest and passion to coach basketball, but to help kids. But it started with just parents. And, we had this thing in Seaford, first came to Seaford trying to figure out our way. And I didn't really know much about Seaford other than being, scared to death in their sports situation, you know what I mean? But other than that, I didn't really know. The only people I knew were the ball players. But anyway, came to Seaford, and we started this with a situation, and Dr. Juwan wouldn't mind me saying this, is everybody knows this. He had some challenges in elementary. And long story short, he was misdiagnosed. They thought they had one thing, but they had another thing. And my wife a pit bull as far as questioning professionals and adults. You know? I mean, you know how wives.
And their babies.
And their babies. I'm laying back a little bit, but she was on them. But anyway, so we started to have some pillow talk. I wonder how many other parents and families would have some questions about their kids that may not feel as comfortable and question authority. You know what I mean? So one thing led to another. We created this Seaford Parents for the Education of African American Kids. Speak. So that's where it really started. Wow. And from there, my man, a correction officer, shout out to Big Mar.
All right.
What's up, Mar?
So you had a counselor on one end and a CEO on the other end.
Okay.
Coaching the Seaford middle school team. First year, the best players were ineligible because the grades, we didn't really know that game, how they work with schoolwork and all that. So we said, they ain't gonna get us next year. You know what I mean? So that following year, we started the A squad, achievement in academics, attitude, and athletics. So that was A squad. But we started opening the gym in August, well before the season.
Right.
Yeah. We had to jump on the grade.
Yeah.
And knowing what I know, how I was, and if you ain't watching,
you're gonna sit right by.
Ain't doing that work.
Right. That's it. Yeah. So you had to be on.
So open the gym, bring your stuff. We fed them and all that, grilling and eggs and bacon and pancakes. All you need. You know how we do.
Right.
And long story short, that was the first year we everybody eligible and undefeated and had a great time. Man, you thought we Phil Jackson up in there. You know what I mean? And that's when the superintendent came and said, "Yo, can you do what you did with this basketball team for a lot more boys?"
Wow. You seen the need, man, and see how you was able. That's awesome. But how you guys was able to really not condemn the fellas, say, okay, they just need a little more attention. They just need this. They lacking somewhere, and identify that. That's awesome, because a lot of times they're just going, oh, y'all just don't want to do your work. You talk at them.
Right.
But that's not helping it. But you provided a resource, and you seen the result that quick. And not only did you see it, the superintendents and everybody else. So that was major.
And definitely not just me and Marv. So many other, I won't name them, but so many other adults. Seaford, man, and that's why I started to grow this love for the Seaford community, because so many adults, professionals, preachers, teachers, volunteers, across races, men, women, other parents, all kind of people come running.
Right.
Yo, let me help. And that's awesome. And my wife on the other side, she was creating this energy with the girls. And that was called Unique.
Oh man,
as it is today. But long story short, is when you love anything, it takes care of itself.
Right.
And we feel God put us on this earth to love kids.
Wow. That's what's up, man.
Great job at it, man.
So did the coaching, were you a counselor? Or were you on a path to being a counselor before you started doing the coaching, or did the coaching, you being involved with the coaching, expose you to the fact, like, I want to get more tools to be able to help these kids outside of basketball or outside of the sport?
Yeah, that's another great question, because I think all of that happened at the same time. When I start to understand I had this love for kids coaching, and then all the stuff that they brought to the table and mentoring. I mean, I didn't know it was called mentoring, but just being there for kids and hanging out at the crib. My wife and I were in school, so we were grinding, hustling all at the same time. But I didn't really know what I wanted to do specifically in terms of the mentoring thing, the mental health thing, the leading, all that came later. But as I got more involved with these kids' lives, that's when it made sense, where God said, he sent an angel down, Mr. John Hollis. I know y'all know him.
Okay, yep.
He was a professor at Delaware Tech, and I was lazy. I really wasn't doing a whole lot of work. You know what I mean? But he said, one day, not right now, but one day you're going to be amazing coach and family counselor and leader of kids. And I didn't know that was even possible. That's why the words that we speak to kids do not know the value of those words. Because I remember that. I mean, that's almost 3 decades ago. And I still thank him so much for that, because he spoke life. And it was the beginning phase of so many other mentors.
Wow, that's amazing.
Speaking life and something that I really didn't believe. I graduated from high school with a 1.7. That tell you right.
Wow.
That instantly changed in college.
Wow.
So
that's determination.
Having an adult speaking that kind of life, so whoa, I can't do this. So that's when
it turned over for you.
My social degree is in criminal justice, and the only reason I picked criminal justice because my college basketball coach, because of 1.7, you ain't get no college scholarship.
Right.
So you're going to JUCO.
Right.
So I went down Tech in Wilmington, and he said, "Yeah, I don't need to know what degree you're going in. I'm gonna tell you what you want."
Yeah,
because that was the easiest classes.
Right.
Just being straight up.
Right.
Wow. Straight up. So he was another mentor.
Okay.
Rest in peace, Coach Burgess. So.
Awesome.
Wow, that's
awesome
that's
journey, man. Awesome journey. So then where you're at today, Dr. Julius.
That's crazy. Even today it's crazy.
And it's motivational, man, to so many. But I see now you post a lot with some of the young men that came through the program, and I see how you light up just sharing their success stories. Talk a little bit about, them. Like, are they giving back in the same way as you? Like, are they following your footsteps, or have you planted a seed to make them, want to do more? How is this thing growing from the seed, that you planted for you?
Yeah. You're a good interviewer, man, because you get me emotional now. You get me emotional, man. Man, because of my background and so many stories that I know of so many of these kids, I found myself speaking life into them, just like it was spoken into me. Wow. So between the guys and the girls, there's over 300 kids right now. 100% high school graduation rate.
Come on,
of course,
man.
We don't speak and take credit for all of that. They have amazing family and parents and other community members. But also 98% post high school graduation success. I'm talking about and these are cats you see. Ooh. Military, regular jobs, college graduates, we got attorneys, we got doctors, masters, bachelors. They're all over this world. I was in Starbucks today and saw one of them driving a bricks truck. Good. I ain't gonna take that. So we laughed.
I thought you'd be like, "Hey, let me come holler at me for a minute, bro. Come holler at me for a minute, cuz."
Right. So many stories like that, and I'm just so proud of all of those guys. The girls too, of course, but in my lane, it's the guys, and running into them in this community. And of course, social media has been a blessing. Knowing. I mean, one of them texted me saying, it was 30,000 feet in the air in Guam. Wow. And he said, "You ever thought a hard-headed, snotty-nosed boy from a couple streets over would be there?" I said, "Yep. It's when you believed it is when that happened." So many stories that you see on social media that speak to their success, and I just feel so blessed to play a little part in so many of what they're doing today.
No doubt. That's awesome, man.
So just one last question, because you had mentioned, you spend a lot of time talking to those kids, and when you having those conversations, there's sometimes things that you, like you said, that you might not even want to hear, or that you might not even want to know. So what do you do, or how do you what do you do to take care of yourself? Right? Because I know some of that stuff is probably heavy or hard. So how do you take care of you so that you can show up for them?
Yeah. Another great question. I really believe in self-care, and sometimes those who really believe in it are the ones that are the poorest at it. And it's hit and miss for me. I'm quite simple in terms of what makes me feel good or relax or have peace. My wife and I have a really tight relationship. So we try to do a lot of things together to check out. It's helpful, I think, sometimes we're in the same lane and same type of work. It's pluses and minuses with that. But I love family gatherings. I love working out, still playing basketball.
Okay.
I found the key to playing basketball.
What's that?
I play by myself.
You don't never lose,
I win every time.
That's it.
So, work out, play ball. I love cooking, love traveling. God willing, we'll be in Jamaica next week.
All right.
That's what's up, man.
So that combination, I love me time too. Even small stuff where maybe I go walking. Or I play some gospel music or play some jazz just to kind of unwind, clear my head.
Okay.
So in terms of that, I'm relatively simple. I don't need the glitz and the glamour.
So cool. So we spent a lot of time talking about children and their families and stuff. And so I seen a post earlier this week where a guy when he was dating, right? He said, I'm a strategist. And so he was a bodybuilder. His sons played professional football. And he was like, look, he knew that he wanted his kids to be athletes. Yeah. And so he looked for an athletic woman. That kind of fit a prototype of what he was looking for. And so he led with that. And in today's world, that might seem like, it's okay to do that. But just want to get your perspective on what kind of role should something like that be playing when you're starting to date somebody, when you're looking at dating?
Yeah, to each his own.
Man. Wow, yeah.
I personally, I definitely was far from that type of planning and strategizing in my mind. I was far from that type of mindset.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw my wife and just kind of lost my mind and went. So I wasn't thinking about all that. Whatever, athletic or not athletic or what.
Yes.
But that's my path. I was actually surprised to hear you because I haven't heard that story. I was surprised to hear that level of preparation in terms of.
So the
brother had a plan.
He did. Go ahead.
It's crazy because when you think about it, I don't know why this popped in my mind, but you have breeders.
Yeah.
And when they trying to shift a certain breed, and a lot of fellas I'm around, they love their dogs and stuff like that. And it seems like that's almost the type of thing that they look for is okay. Right. I want this kind of brand. I want them to be built like this. So you're looking for the mom to look this way. The dad. They put a lot of thought and emphasis into it. But with humans, like you say, each their own. But that's a little.
If you sit and think about it, that's not the first time that's been done. It was done a lot back in the day when we first came over here.
Yeah,
talk about it.
Yeah.
To get the biggest and strongest.
That's right. Tied to money.
Yeah.
Revenue.
Yeah.
They found this big brawny guy over here, this tall, Amazonian looking woman over here. If they together, I got a better worker.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I can make more money.
I mean, scientifically,
So it's not something that hadn't been done before, but just in society, that's not usually what you lead, leading with.
And I can see just being straight up, I'm in this psychology thing, so I rationalize everything.
Right.
I can see the logic.
Yeah, I can too.
I can see the logic. If that's how you get down, and if you focus on you focus on money and how you can capitalize on that later, and you're building a.
And it's crazy, man, because that's kind of how his conversation sounded. You know what I mean? He knew he wanted his kids to be athletes. He knew he was going to be spending the time, and he said the same thing. Look, to each their own. I'm not. You know, he said he was his kids' little league football games. He told one of the dads this story, and he was like, John, you was thinking about that then? He was like, yeah, I always thought about it.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So like, that's always been his thing. And he's like, look, this ain't for everybody.
Right.
But he knew that that's what he wanted to do. I mean, he had those boys working out. One was 5, one was 6, and one was 8 years old.
Mm-hmm.
They've been working out with him. He was a professional bodybuilder. Been working out with him in his gym in the garage ever since they was that old. Carrying it all the way into high school, right? All 3 of them played Division I football, right? Like he from the beginning, he was like, I'm gonna put the time and effort into them.
You know, the more I think about it, and I wonder, because we see it all the time on social media. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Where mainly men. I'm sure women do it too, but mainly men, where they are going ham with their 5 and 6 and 7-year-old.
Yeah.
With weights and working out and all kinds of different types of regimens in hopes of lining them up and preparing them for professional sports.
Right.
It makes me wonder whether or not they had that mindset well before then.
Right. I believe a lot of them, now that you brought it to light, I believe a lot of them probably did have that mindset, enter in with that mindset, because it's almost like, I don't know. Let me finish that thought first. I think a lot of them did come in with that mindset. It's probably something that's not spoken about, but they probably, because when you look at the wives and you look at the husbands, they always like close to the same height. They, you know what I mean? That might didn't just happen. It might, it was strategic.
Somebody's being strategic in that.
But at the same time, I'm thinking we can't circumvent God's plan. So I always think like, if you make it to the league, or if you make it, that was already a part of, regardless. You know what I mean? Can you move his hand that much where you said, I'm going to create this?
He said he was just trying to strengthen the odds, man. Because I mean, I can speak on it because I know I've heard him talk about it or seen him talk about it on social media and in person. Our GOAT, right? I mean,
Kobe.
No, man. It's only one.
You talking about? I'm confused. I got lost in the conversation. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. Did I say something wrong?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Who are we talking about?
You're low.
Okay.
You're a carbon copy off.
Yeah.
Okay, one version. One version away.
You keep it straight. You get it off.
Okay.
But you figure, his older brothers, I think nobody was over 6 feet tall.
Right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, he ended up being 6'6". Like, so his mom is short, his dad ain't that.
Right, so it was just part of the plan.
That was part of God's plan. So like, you can try to strategize as much as you can, but yeah, I mean, you could be 6'1" and your wife could be 6'4", and you still might have a 5'5".
Right.
You know,
right.
You know, but
made me think about old boy, the Heat.
Wait.
Nah,
him and his girl, you know, the WB.
Oh, Bam.
Yeah.
Good. 6'4" and what is he? 6'9", 6'10".
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. That might be a ball player. That might just be a ball player, man. So speaking of, I mean, we talking about that. So like with dating, you know, you see a lot of times, you know, I seen on social media this week where, you know, this girl, you know, she was showing off her ring, you know, talking about my girlfriends told me stop cooking dinner for him and doing all the wifey stuff because he's not gonna make you wife material. What's your thoughts on if you dating? Now, dating is different from marriage. You know what I mean? They come with different sets of rules. But when you dating and you got single friends, what do you think about taking advice from your single friends, man?
Yeah, man. So for me, I'm big on if you ain't been there, it's hard for me to. I mean, I'll listen, you know.
Right.
I'll say rah rah and all that. But if you ain't really in it, it's hard for me to validate where you're coming from. I understand your perspective. I'm also keeping it in mind that you're not involved, you're not married, you're not whatever, you're single.
Right.
And not putting them in a box, because you got some single cats that really, for real, you get them one-on-one, they really trying to get married. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then you got ones that are not.
Right.
So for me, even though I know that every marriage and couple are just different, is no one size fit all, and my story, my way might not work but your way, and then vice versa. But if you ain't in the game, I'm just
say miss me with it.
I'm just shooting the breeze with you. Right.
Exactly.
So what if there's somebody who was in a relationship, right? Never been married, but maybe they've been in a long-term relationship that just didn't work out. Yeah, I mean, you give them any stock, any credit, or it's like, man, look, you're not going to the same place I'm trying to get to with this one. So, is it the same kind of mindset?
And people's experiences, even if they're single, I might be rah-rah with them, but something might catch my attention. You know what I mean? But especially if they were in a serious relationship, and if I'm struggling with something that they figure that thing out, what I mean? At least it would be helpful for me to understand and be exposed to, man, how do y'all do the whole money thing, man? I mean, do you separate accounts? Do you do same account? Or how do y'all do it? You know what I mean? I know we got to figure out our way, but talk to me.
It's good to get that information, man, because like you said, that comes from a place of experience.
Right.
And then, it can sometimes help you with pitfalls, because just because they're not in a relationship doesn't mean that the other person was the cause or there's cause. So they might say, hey, bro, pay more attention at home. Do this. This is why I'm single. You know what I mean? It's good to listen to anyone. But now, how much stock you put into it, that's a whole different ballgame. Because some people will tell you something from a place of bitterness. You know that what they say, misery loves company. So if there's somebody that is miserable and they done, you're not smearing that. But I do think, even on a different level, like hanging out, because I used to struggle with that, hanging out with, you're married, they're single. Do you feel like that's equally yoked when it comes to hanging out, or how far should that go? Like, can you go to a basketball game but no overnight trips?
Right. I talk to a lot of guys, even in counseling. They come to me in all kinds of situations. They may. This is interesting too. They come to me with one thing, everything aside from relationship and marriage. And once I get in, it's really about that's the thing. You know what I mean? Did all that cover up, and and I get it. But in terms of that situation, again, I know couples where their rules, their boundaries. They can club. They each one of them can club. They can take week-long boy-guy trips, week-long girl trips. They can, all kinds of different scenarios and situations that it works for them. For me,
that's for me in my house.
And my wife probably chuckling right now if she watching this, because I'm a little funny.
Right.
I'm a little funny.
Right.
And all my friends, everybody know that. But anyway, and that works for us. I got friends even in our circle where that don't work for them. You know what I mean?
Right.
I got homeboys that need a little more space.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then some of them, it's a problem. So just being straight up, you know what I mean? So anyway, that's a boring answer.
But
that's true. We talk
it's
about it. I mean, I think every relationship is like every individual. We all different. You know what I mean? So I think the biggest thing is just figuring out what those pressure points are in that relationship, what you can deal with and what you can't deal with. And I mean, you're gonna have your deal breakers. And so when you're dating, if there's something that y'all can't agree on, and and you can't see yourself moving past it, it's probably best that you go ahead and part ways. You know what I mean? And find somebody who you align a little bit more with. You know what I mean? Because every relationship is just is different. I do think, if you heading towards, if you heading towards marriage, or the relationship is a little bit more serious, you can seek, mentorship, in that area, because if you want to be married for a long time, talk to people who've been married for a long time.
There it is.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, so if you talk to enough, you can find out that I've been married, if I've been married 22 years, Troy been married 27 years, there's things that got him to 27 years that he had to do, and that are different than the things that I had to do to get to 22.
That's right. That's right.
And so I think that in and of itself, even going back to, with those young men, just kind of being able to breathe life into that relationship.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
To be able to open your eyes sometimes to things that you might not even be paying attention to.
Right.
Or might not even what you think the issue is.
Yeah.
Like you said, might not really be the issue.
That's right.
And you might need to have
I'm glad you said that. I know it's getting close to the time. So I got one last question, man. This is from a professional standpoint, because do you find it more challenging now because we're living in a social media era where it's a lot of platforms with a lot of so-called professionals giving great advice? Is it harder for you now? Well, is it more challenging for you now to get through on some one-on-one sessions now because people have the ability to self-diagnose off of a platform or off of something that they watched? And does that cause like a barrier, between you and them?
Yeah. It's certainly a thing because everybody's an expert in everything.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And everybody shooting videos and giving their opinion and self-credentialing themselves as the expert in A, B, C, D. So I think that's out there. Even, we talk about AI, even with the AI, you got people relying on AI as their counselor. You know what I mean? As their helper.
Right.
And that's a problem. And that's an issue.
It is.
So, I mean, there's nothing like trained specialists in any field, but definitely counseling, because you got people's lives at stake and you got to guide them appropriately. And that takes training and licensure and specialty type of credentialing. I take that very serious in terms of, just like anything. If you look for people who are, just like you said, people who are doing the work and experts in the work, and trained to, versus a Joe Schmo.
Because you said a key thing earlier. You said when a lot of jokers come to you with one thing, and time you peel back the onion and talk to them, you realize this is really here. But if they're not honest and they're coming to you, oh, this is it, you can easily type that in on the computer and get everything to validate
exactly.
And you ain't gotten nowhere.
Exactly.
So respect.
And I know we're toward the end, but maybe I can come back on this subject. I wish I would have brought it up earlier. It kind of ties to what you said earlier, because in terms of mental health, I'm noticing this trend, even locally in Sussex County, Kent, and Delaware, because we know a lot of the same guys and ladies who play sports, and some of them athletes, as you know, grew up being the man, 4 years old. I mentioned that Junior Jordan. I mean, some of them are just like, whoa, special. And we know a lot of them. And then they go through the training, the barbershop talking about them, the man in Little League and Park and Rec and middle school where the gym is rocking. Everybody talking about this one guy or one girl in high school that do their thing, and all conference, all state, all this and all that. And we've seen so many of them either go to college, even Division I, and struggle. And some of them are I'm seeing as patients. And what I'm learning from them is they say, yo, Doc, I mean, I've been the one since day one. So my whole world is around that ball or that football. And then for the first time when I went away, the crowd gone, all the rah-rah gone. I gotta earn my spot and coach tripping.
Wow.
Not getting as much playing time. So I'm out. So they come back home. And they don't even realize it. But that's their whole identity. That's who they are. So they're losing themselves. And one guy said, man, I'm dead.
Wow.
My spirit, my soul is dead. So I had no choice but that. I didn't know it was trauma and depression. And so I hit the bottle, I hit the pills, I hit the street, and it was a wrap.
Looking for that love and validation that they got when they was the guy.
That type of high where, I mean, cheerleaders rocking and the gym is packed. I had 30 boys at the barbershop dapping me up, probably throwing me a couple hundred, this and that. But for the first time, and again, they said, man, I didn't know it was that deep until I started to fall. Came home, grades jacked up. Of course, I come back and say it was a coach. You know?
Yeah. Oh, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
But when we started unpeeling that thing, it's also tied to other types of trauma where they've been able to hide it through that round ball until the round ball wasn't working for them anymore. Now they got to face that thing.
Wow, that's deep, man. That's deep.
And it's crazy because that I think some of that is probably exacerbated by the fact, you know, a lot of times the athlete that has to work a lot along the way, they end up being the ones that do well when they go to the next level, because at every level they had to push their way through. They had to mentally be strong enough to be able to sit on the bench, to be able to work through. I got stuff I got to work on my game, or I'm not going to be on this floor. I got to pay extra attention, not just to offense, but the defense, because I need to be able to make some plays just so I can get on. I can earn my spot on the court. So they learning that adversity part of it along the way. And so, like, when you have a kid that has always been better, they never had the first time they had adversity is when they're away from everybody.
That's right.
And then you don't know. I don't even know what this feeling is.
That's right. Wow. That's right.
Wow.
And I'm so glad you explained it that way, because all they have experienced, even off the court or off the field, all they have experienced with so many people is yes. Yes.
So them no's start coming.
Them no's start coming. Whoa, what's this?
And it's crazy, man, because that's the one, because as you become an adult, you'll get more no's than yeses.
Yes, sir.
Right. So it flips flops. And so they're the world, and that not only can be in now sports, but that could be on social media as well. Like, if you got thousands of followers and every time you post something, everybody, liking it, commenting, and you could do something one day and lose all of your following and stuff. And you kind of go through that same thing where we talked about, I think it was last week, them likes is self-validation of who you are. Your ability to be able to identify with who you are and what you are outside of the thing that you do.
That transition, I mean, and even coming from a street background, coming from where we grew up, watching a lot of the guys where they had their nickname and that was their name they moved by in the street. And you got your government. Everybody only know you by this nickname. This nickname is tied to what your street credentials. And if you have to, once you leave that, and now you have to man up and be you, nothing's tied to it. It's like, wow, where I'm at now. Because I'm thinking about paid in full. My man, he said, if I leave, will they still love me? Like, were they gonna love me anymore? I done put in all this work, and that's what a lot of them think. Right. That's why they stay tied up into that cycle because you only know me for this.
Right.
So true.
Yeah, man,
so that leads me to another question I had, because when I was putting this thing together, I was like, man, should I say Julius Mullen? Should I say Dr. Julius Mullen? Like, for you spent a lot of time. We've gone through the journey tonight here of, how you got to where you are, the people that poured into you. And so how do you identify when you get introduced? Do you want to be, does it depend on where you at? Does it, how do you like to be introduced? Is it Julius Mullen, Dr. J? Is it, what is it? Which one do you relate to, and how do you like to be perceived when you out and about in the community?
That's those interview skills, man, because I've been waiting to answer this question for so long.
Hey,
you hear it first.
I didn't want to just post it because it would probably be perceived a little differently. But you asked me.
That's right. No doubt.
That Dr. J thing is so incredibly deep. And I'll start with a softer explanation. And I joke around about give me 5, but I got big hands.
Mm-hmm.
So I always had big hands. So I love Dr. J, Julius Irving.
Mm-hmm.
So I always can pound the bar, and people back in the neighborhood call me Dr. J. You know what I mean? So that's just one little element to it. So the deeper part is it took so much effort. First of all, I didn't know what that was such a thing as a doctor other than medical.
Yeah.
I just didn't grow up like that, Right. So through mentors and all that in school. But anyway, that doctorate degree, sitting in those classes on an island, really in a different world. Because my 12, 11 other people in the classroom, they were already set up. They had people guiding them through, their parents, their mentors were doctors, and they were in education and principals and aspiring superintendents and college professors and all that. I was literally on an island. And it was so many classes in that doctorate journey. I ain't even really know what they were talking about, to be honest with you. So I had to go home and dig deep. Books and the library and all that.
No.
So I worked so hard during that doctorate journey. Even I can remember some nights, we put the kids to bed because I still had to do the husband stuff,
right.
Raise kids. And so 10 o'clock, I'm going in my little office. That's when I start.
Wow.
So it'd be 3-4 hours. I'm doing doctor stuff because, and part of it because, I was even at that level, but that was a tough journey. And I wanted to quit. I really start questioning whether or not this was really worth it. And you start telling yourself, I can just say I went and, almost got it, what I mean? Because I don't see how I'm gonna be able to finish this thing. So anyway, what helped me, going back to what you said earlier, was all these, my kids and my family, obviously, and my extended family, because very few of us, and at that time, I didn't know anybody who had that doctorate. So it was, the motivation was my family, a lot of kids in the community to finish. So I say all that to say, the work was such a grueling type of experience where I earned that thing. And I wanted, and the community was so proud and the family was so proud. I got people in my family still call me Dr. J, you know what I mean? And it's because of that family and community pride and sense of accomplishment. And since then, it's been 10 others in the Mullen family to have their doctorates. So that circled back to me being so proud and of that title, that name of Dr. J. One, it got a little sauce to it, Dr. J. But two is mainly because I want the world and so many kids know that they can do this too.
Wow.
And you hear it and you see it. You can breathe it into people instead of kind of hiding it a little bit, Julius. You know, people can kind of forget the work and that tag and that label. So I have so much gratefulness to God, because I know I didn't know anywhere I did that by myself. That it rose into the title. I remember Dr. Jill Biden had a conversation about that. You know, people didn't validate her degree because it was in education, and she rather be called Dr. Biden. And of course, that's a whole different level. But I can resonate with the passion and the desire to want to be called Dr. J, because not only because of me, but because of so many kids who can hear that again and again and again and see I'm just like them, that they too can be called Dr. J or be successful in their own right.
No
so
doubt.
That's where it comes from.
Man, respect. And you earned every bit of it, and you should wear it proudly every time you step out, man. No doubt. Yeah, it's just motivational, man. Like you said, when our young kids could see somebody that look like them and that speak like them and see that it continues to motivate, not just 20 years ago, 20 years down the line, it's still going to motivate.
And then,
that's awesome, man.
It is, man. It is. It is. It's because it's crazy, you know, for me, the first, growing up around here, and I tell the story all the time, because I started off, I went to Del Tech, and then I went down to UMES. When I was growing up in Seaford, I never saw a black doctor. Right? They didn't exist. You know, in my mind, other than on Thursday nights on what was it, WBOC, the Cosby Show?
Oh yeah. That's right.
Dr. Hudson.
That's right.
Right. So that was the only black doctor that I knew. And it wasn't until I went to college at UMES and I'm sitting in my physics class, and for whatever reason, he asked people what they wanted to be. Right. And I'm looking around, and the girl sitting to my left and the guy sitting to my right, when they get to them, they pre-med. They want to be doctors. And it's just like, even in school, I never seen anybody who looked like me say they wanted to be a doctor. Right. And so it was like an eye-opening experience. Like, why have I never seen this here locally? Yeah. And two, why have I never thought of this? Right. And so, being, and even for you said, I didn't even know that was a possibility to get a doctorate in education. But for a kid to see you, and it will just cause him to think, what is he a doctor of?
Right.
You know what I mean? And so now it's like, okay, well, I can identify with that now. Right. And it might not be even a word that you say to them ever.
Right. That's right.
It's the fact that they saw him being introduced as Dr. Julius Mullen that makes them even go down that path. Yeah. Right. Awesome. So that's pretty amazing, man. So I guess we're gonna end it on that, man. Giving you your flowers while you're here. Thanking you for everything that you've done to the community, the inspiration that you've done in the community, and even in your family. You said after you got like 10 other people that got doctors. Wow. I know your son's got his doctorate, and has his own journey. Maybe we'll have him on here one day to be able to talk about that.
Daughter got her doctorate.
Daughter got a doctorate. So hey, you said, and that's and a lot of people don't understand, man. Like you spoke about it a while ago, and you probably, if you had more time, you talk about it a little bit more. But it's in those moments where when you want to quit. Yeah. Like it's those moments that once you accomplish the goal, it's like the goal feels great, but you're more proud of the fact that you stuck with it when you didn't want to. Yeah. Like when it was just like, I'm ready to quit, and you didn't quit. Like those are the milestones that a lot of times get people, over the hump. No doubt. So again, man, appreciate you. Appreciate y'all for tapping in with us. Hope y'all enjoyed this conversation and was able to take something from it. And now when you see him in the street, hey, it's Dr. J. Call him Dr. J, man.
Pleasure. Congratulations again to y'all, man. 1 year, man. Nothing but excellence and consistency and all the things that y'all are doing in your own right, in your profession and in the community. It's nothing like the I certainly love all people, but when you're giving back to your own community, and Sussex County is filled with so much, as you know, so much talent and perseverance and resilience and intellect. And shout out to y'all, man, for creating this platform for so many of us.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. All right. As always, like, comment, share, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. We appreciate y'all. And as always, stay tapped in.
Here we go.
How about them Cowboys?
Cameraman, where the cameraman at?